Welcome to another episode of Standin On Business, where we interview the hottest entrepreneurs and the most successful business owners. Today we're here with a very special guest all the way in Indianapolis, Indiana, my hometown. This is my sister, SillyCe.
Yo, 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 yo. We are in the building today, for sure.
Yes. So today we're going to give y'all an inside exclusive on studio sessions, rapping, making beats, all things music. So tap in.
Let's go.
First and foremost, SillyCe, how did you get into beat making, music making, rapping, track making, all of that? How did you
For sure. At first I was an artist, so like production and those extra elements weren't really in my radar at that time. But I started off as an artist, rap artist, doing hip hop and R&B. And then from there, I just kind of grew. I, preferred being on this side of the booth versus, being in the actual booth.
Okay. So you used to rap, making your own songs, but you kind of dibbled and dabbled on the beat making side.
Yeah.
And you like that more, huh?
I like making beats a little bit more, and I like engineering, helping the artist create that vision that they want the world to kind of see.
Okay. So tell me, what exactly does an engineer do?
Wow. That is what a question, but it's a very common question because a lot of times that part of the music making process is overlooked. The audio engineer, they kind of help you record if that is what you needed to do. They'll record you, they'll mix your music, which involves balancing things, making sure that the audio is pleasant to the ears, and also putting special effects and processing on it, so that when a song is listened or it's taken in, like those special little sprinkles of effects kind of make you think like, oh wow, what were they thinking when they did that?
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, so so the engineer kind of, I would say for me, is like when a chef puts all these different ingredients in to make that perfect cake. That's what the engineer do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We put the ingredients in there for sure. Even though you already knew kind of what vision you wanted to do, like you told me as a chef, you told me what you kind of wanted as an artist, and then yes, I helped to deliver that message. Sure.
Nice. That's interesting. So let's show the people what we got back here. We got some equipment.
Man. Yeah,
it's looking serious. Like I don't even know where to start. First, you got this screen. You got what is this? What do you have here?
So this is a Slate Raven touchscreen. It's very popular among engineers. It just makes the process just a lot smoother because your workflow is very important when you are an engineer. Efficiency, quickness, all of that goes into play because people are paying for time. So within that time, you got to make sure you are able to do everything that you can for that song within that time.
Okay.
Right here we have a Heritage Edition board. This is like an analog board. Over there, you've got your different channels. We have 24 channels over there. And each piece had to be purchased, so the board cost maybe around like 50 grand. 50 grand for this board. Yeah, because each piece you had to purchase.
Hold on. So 50 grand for the whole thing or for the
whole thing?
Okay.
For the whole thing. Each piece added up, for sure, to 50.
Wow. Okay, so you said this is an analog board.
It is.
You got 24 stations.
It's got 24 inputs or 24 channels, 24 tracks, however you like to say it.
Okay,
give or take.
So, for me, this look like a lot of buttons, a lot of spins and twists. Like, first of all, it don't have no labels on it.
No.
How do you know which is which, what does what, which one to twist, which one to hit?
That's fair. That is a fair question. So, we have a huge live room in here. First off, this is Studio A. It's about 1,600 square feet of creative space for you, which includes this huge live room, whether you have an orchestra or a choir, or if it's just you, we are able to plug you in, make sure that every microphone and everything that you are trying to do is captured through those microphones into the recording there. So 24 channels just means 24 microphones.
Oh.
If you had to use 24 microphones at one time, you are able to do that.
Wow.
Just like, the same thing that is listed, that is here, is that right there. That's all that is, really.
Okay.
A lot of people get intimidated by all of these switches and all of these buttons here, but it's literally just the same thing right here on Pro Tools. As you can see, you've got your fader and all those things like that. So yeah, it just makes the process a little easier when you got the analog right there.
So basically, like you said, each channel is a different microphone. So if there's a choir, you can turn up the main singer's voice, maybe turn down the background singers. Then maybe if it's a group, you can turn up one person's voice, stuff like that. Okay,
absolutely.
That's what's up. Dang, that's tight.
All right, so what we got over here? This is more of control as to where you want the audio to come out. Right here in this specific room, we have 3 outputs, 3 sets of speakers that you can reference from. We have our Ocean Waves back there, which are about $25,000 each speaker. We got the Dynaudio right here. They are a couple hundred too as well. And then we have the JBLs that are significantly priced too, but they all give you different aspects of how your music is going to sound across different mediums. So these are more, close and intimate versus the Ocean Waves back there. That's more of these actually are made for mastering, but they are good for playing it out loud so that everybody can kind of get the feel of the song.
Okay. So when you say they're made for mastering, I know when you have to master a song, that's basically when you put the final touches on it, kind of put that wax on it, make it all shiny, right? So does those bigger speakers help you to hear every sound, every instrument, every intricate detail of a song?
It definitely does, and it helps you hear them louder. With the size of these Ocean Waves, you are able to really hone in on specific sounds that you want to pop. When you're mastering to make it sound like louder, and you want it to sound like all the other hip hop songs that are on the radio or all the other pop songs that are on the radio. So it's very important that you are able to hear what is actually happening after that mix is done.
Wow. So you mentioned a couple prices, 50,000 here, 50,000 there. So in comparison to a home studio, I know of course this is better than a home studio, but kind of talk to us about like why maybe people should come to a place like, a professional studio versus doing it at home.
That is really a great question. That's a great question because a lot of people would prefer to make their music at home because it's a specific vibe and a specific feel that you have when you are at home. You're comfortable,
right?
But when you also need to be the engineer. You also need to be the mixer. You also need to be the producer. So it's a lot of things that you're doing at home. That's part of your role that takes away from that creativity. So when you come here to a place like this, your only focus is to be the artist. And I am the one who, hey, if you want, I want my vocals to be a little louder, no problem. I do that. That is what I'm here for. It gives you that freedom to just be an artist versus concentrating on all of these other tasks that you have to do. And then in there we have a Bach 251. The Bach 251 is an expensive mic, but it also sounds good. It sounds really good. And it takes away from all the extra processing that you have to do when you're at your home studio, because a lot of home studios are not treated. That room, the vocal booth, is treated to where your sound and your vocals is getting a flat response. So we're able to edit it. We're able to add certain things on there that's not going to mess up the integrity of your vocal. So it's very important to like come in here and just one, get that experience, and two, use a mic that fits your voice, or be able to just be an artist while I come back here and make you sound good.
So it's different mics, maybe for different, like maybe a rapper or a singer. It's different type of mics that they can use.
It's definitely different type of mics that they can use. And you have to kind of see how your voice responds to that microphone. With the Box 251, it has a nice high end presence. It's not necessarily warm, but it has a nice high end presence to where you don't have to get rid of so much low end, like the low end rumble, muddiness that a lot of people experience at home.
Okay.
And so with that microphone, half of the job is done when you're recording on it, so that when I come in here and do the mixing, I'm really just polishing certain things and putting those effects on there that kind of make the song.
Okay, that's cool. That's nice. Okay, so say I'm an artist, I just started my rap career. I got a hot track and I bring it to the studio. I want to drop it. Tell me, what is the process if I'm going to work with an engineer like you? What can I expect? This is my first time in the studio now. I don't know. You got to let me know.
So when it comes down to the process of making a song, well, of course you have your writing session where you are, getting your lyrics in order, and things like that, because with lyrics, they can come before or after the song, the actual beat is made. So it kind of depends on the artist. After those lyrics are made, we get into the recording process. The recording process is making sure you get your verse recorded, get your chorus or your hook recorded, laid down, and all those extra layers that you want to add into it, whether it be dubs, ad-libs, ins and outs, things like that. And a lot of times I ask the artist, like, hey, do you want to add some ins and outs? Do you want to do some dubs? Do you want to add some ad-libs?
Okay. So after the writing session, then we're recording all of our parts, the vocals, the chorus, the ins and outs. Then what's next?
Then we start that mixing process. The mixing process involves balancing your vocals, balancing the beat if you have track outs, which is each individual track or each individual instrument separated, and we add it into the session, which is what we're using now. We're using Pro Tools, and then after recording, after mixing, and after you give the final okay to the mix, then we get into that mastering part. The mastering part is kind of polishing, the song, and making, for example, making a rap song sound like a rap song.
Okay.
With rap, the bass is very prominent. So with the master, we want to make sure that bass is prominent still, while maintaining the mix that the engineer has spent time doing. And then it also brings it up to volume to where it sounds like all the other songs that are on all of your DSPs, your streaming platforms, and on the radio too as well. So it's very, very important that your volume of your song matches the other ones that are out there. Because a lot of times people think a song is better just because it's louder.
Yeah, I as a listener, I've experienced that.
Standing on business.
Yeah.
We part of it.